Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Darian here with Rejoice and Blossom, and I really wanted to start doing a video series called Things I Wish I Knew When I Started Resin. I really felt led to make this video series because I've noticed that I was getting a lot of the same questions through DMs or comments on my posts on Instagram. A lot of people have been asking me to give tips for newbies that want to start out casting flowers and resin, and just like tips and tricks with resin in general. So I wanted to start answering some of those questions here for you guys. And some of the topics that I'll be doing are like how to pop bubbles, how much resin you need to mix, how to do layers, what molds to use, all those like beginner questions when you're starting out. So today the first topic that I'm going to do is how to do layers with resin. So that's actually one of the very first mistakes that I made. When I first started out, I was practicing on coasters, and coaster molds, you know, they're only so deep, and I didn't have any issues with doing the coasters, but it's when I started trying to do like deeper molds and larger pieces that I started making the mistake of pouring too deep of a pour. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of one of the first pieces I made in one of those like little 4-inch cube molds, and it turned out really bad because I poured probably like this deep of a layer and it caused the resin to heat warp. And that's something I didn't know about when I first started. So here's the picture. So heat warping can happen if you pour too deep of a layer, pour too much resin at once. So each resin brand is gonna give you like a suggested like depth to pour, and I use counterculture and the casting resin, and for like a rule of thumb, I try to do like a 1/4 inch pour, maybe a 1/2 inch pour, but I try not to do more than that, just so that the resin doesn't get too hot while it's curing. And that's basically what happens to cause the heat warping, is that there's so much resin that the chemicals like kick off and get it to where it looks like you're gonna get a wonky, like funny shaped piece out of it. And I actually did the mistake of that again. So after I started practicing on those little, like the little cubes, I decided to make a, like, I think it's a 9x9 inch mold. Looking back on it, it wasn't a great quality mold. I didn't use the right resin. I poured too much resin at once. Like all these, like pretty much every topic that I want to go over was like done in this one piece. And I didn't even like pop the bubbles in it correctly. It didn't turn out well. So I'll show you a video. I'll probably be using this same like example video through all these video series topics, but I'm going to show you a video of me demolding this piece, this first piece. Don't worry, it wasn't anybody's like wedding flowers or funeral flowers. It's just flowers I picked up from Publix and dried and was practicing. So no bouquets were harmed in the making of this very, very old video. But so I'm going to show you that video here real quick, and basically the things that went wrong in the topic of pouring too deep of layers. You can see that the final piece is like shaped funny, and the resin got so hot that the silicone mold got stuck to the actual piece, and I couldn't even really fully pop it out, and I was trying to like scrape the silicone mold pieces off the side of it, so it was just a big failure. But I'm going to show you that video now. Don't laugh. So that's obviously what not to do when you're casting with resin. You want to make sure that you're doing nice thin layers, and this is an example piece I have. Well, this is someone's wedding bouquet that I had sent to me, and I did it in 8 pours. You can actually see the layers from the side. So that's the depth that you're really trying to achieve with each pour, so that the resin stays nice and leveled off, so that you have a nice clean piece like this instead of what I did from before. I hope you enjoyed today's chat on pouring layers, and if you have any, like I said before, if you have any more topics that you want to go over, just make sure to comment below and like and subscribe. See you next time.